Good to have you back with us on Ed Schultz News and Commentary. Now, if Paul Ryan is going to be the next Speaker of the House, let's be fair-minded about this. Do you really think that there's going to be more money spent on infrastructure and less on defense? Do you really think that there is not going to be an effort to privatize Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security? And the conversation isn't going to become more intense from a leadership position on what we have to do for it with entitlements? And what about minimum wage? These right-wingers who are saying that, well, we've got to change the House rules. These House rules are going to be changed to push a right-wing agenda. This is all about more votes, faster votes, fewer procedures to go through to make sure that they can push what they want. And so I think all of the things that Ryan has supported in the past, a radical budget, and what these Tea Partiers want to do, are all going to come to fruition. This is going to be a tougher fight. So you have to imagine, okay, let's say Hillary Clinton gets the presidency. How's she going to deal with Paul Ryan? What about if Bernie Sanders wins the presidency? I know how he would deal with Paul Ryan. This is Jordan saying that, the congressman from Ohio saying that Ryan is the guy. Well,
we do have a commitment from Paul to work on changing the rules, and we may get even some of those changed before the vote this coming Wednesday and Thursday. So we think that's a good step. Plus, also, one of the things Paul wanted was this change to the motion to vacate the chair. We have not agreed to that. But we think, as Mr. Needham discussed in your previous segment, we think Paul has the kind of vision and is the kind of messenger our party needs to accomplish the things we told the voters we're going to accomplish. So we're excited about that. He didn't quite get the endorsement threshold we have in our group. But our members said, a supermajority of our members said, we think Paul Ryan's the right guy at the right time to lead our conference.
You got it. That's about as good as endorsement as you could get. Now, notice that this Mr. Jordan from Ohio, who was exceptionally tough on Hillary Clinton in the hearings last week, he's going to now be one of the new media darlings for the right-wing media in this country. So you're going to see a lot of him, and there he was giving his take on Paul Ryan being the next speaker. For more on all of this, let's turn to John Nichols, Washington correspondent to The Nation. John, good to have you with us.
It's a pleasure to be with you, Ed.
We're going to see a further right agenda with Ryan, are we not? And we're going to see these freedom guys walk him like a dog. That's what I think.
Well, I'm going to challenge you a little bit. I'm not sure how hard they have to walk him.
Yeah.
The truth of the matter is that most of what you ran through there is stuff that Paul Ryan believes.
Yeah.
People, because he is a relatively amiable guy, because, wears his suit well, looks kind of corporate, and is very corporate, there's folks who presume that he isn't extremely right-wing. He is extremely right-wing. That's one of the reasons why he was so instantaneously acceptable to a House that couldn't agree on anybody else.
Well, the House Freedom Caucus is always going to be further right than anybody they're going to support because they're trying to differentiate themselves. I mean, behind closed doors, they're really accepting to the point of a supermajority, but not an endorsement, Paul Ryan. Well, if they come out and endorse him, then they're not far right enough. That's what I think. I mean, they're thinking, okay, supermajority is enough. Let's not go far with an endorsement because we might have to go further right when the time comes.
Exactly.
What do you think?
Precisely. And here's the interesting thing. Ryan said initially, no, I need endorsements from all these folks. Freedom Caucus comes back and says, well, we're not going to endorse you. We're going to give you a supermajority. Ryan said, oh, that's cool, right? The fact of the matter is Ryan is doing a dance with the media, and the media, by and large, is eating it up. They're accepting it. And that is that he doesn't really want to be speaker, that, oh, man, this is sort of a tortured thing. The fact of the matter is Paul Ryan is a very aggressive, very strategic political player. It's not that he doesn't want to be speaker. It's just that he wants to be speaker on his own terms.
Okay, so let's move forward and talk about a Democratic president. Mm-hmm. Will there be as much gridlock between Ryan and whoever's president, Hillary or Bernie Sanders, such as we saw with Boehner and Obama?
Sure, yes. I mean, to think differently would be silly. It is true that some of these Republicans were particularly hateful toward President Obama and particularly aggressive in their obstructionism. And maybe you'll see a little bit of a shift in some on the margins of that. But the one thing to remember is, Ed, They have figured out a way of, quote unquote, governing.
Yeah.
And the way of governing is to say no to anything they don't want.
Let's
and
shift
they don't
down to.
believe in compromise.
No, they don't. And there's nothing in Ryan's past to prove that he believes in compromise outside of his own party.